It's not on yours, Wacky, because you just do the small database, don't you? But
no, I don't. I've got a large database.
Ooh.
Largest of large.
Oh.
And the database
said
is
to
big.
Bishop. Hey, there it is. Yeah. lowest common denominator.
Correct. And we're only 20 seconds in.
After a soul-destroying fall from Greece, Stockport County are rising up again.
If he's not got any actual insight into the transfer window this time, then he's gone. Hello, dickheads, and welcome to. I can say what I want. No one's watching. I can just say there's nothing to. It's like GB News. This I can just do what. No one's watching. I can do what I want. I don't like them. All right, I just don't like them. Hello, and welcome to the Scarf Begar Award, the two-time award-nominated but never award-winning podcast all about Stockport County, part of the TalkSport Fan Network. Yes, every Wednesday, normally on a Wednesday, but next week on a Thursday because it's transfer deadline day. But other than that, normally on a Wednesday. We are here every Wednesday, sometimes Thursday, between the hours of 8 and 9, talking all things what are about County, along with, let's face it, a load of stuff, especially tonight, a load of stuff that isn't. With me, Nick, him, Russ, and Waggy. The gruesome threesome. The Greasome threesome.
Greasome.
The Greasome threesome.
Greasome threesome. Well, that's 58 minutes left, lads. You can take it from there, Russell.
Well, yeah, we're gonna have to really knuckle down for this one, aren't we? Because we've got nothing to talk about.
Oh God!
Back to pre-season.
Yeah.
Imagine we've been doing this podcast in 96, 97. We'd have to do like 3 a week. With the way the fixtures piled up at the end, we'd be having to same podcast. I mean, if we'd invented podcasting back in 96, 97, then we'd be loaded by now.
They were going before that, weren't they?
Yep.
Yeah, it's early 2000s they started, didn't they?
Was it?
Podcast, yeah. And then the Ricky Gervais one came along, and that's what launched it all. And now, arguably, there's too many of them now. I should know I'm responsible for about 75% of them.
I was going to say.
You can never have too much white guys talking bollocks on podcasts, can you?
Yeah, we won't get
straight white males. I don't want to be on Sky Sports. Suits me. I'm so sorry to our TalkSport overlords. We'll go on Sky Sports if you want. Well, who needs to be on Sky Sports? Because some of us are on Football Manager, aren't we?
You see, I wasn't going to bring it up.
No, let's get it out of the way.
Yeah, let's get it out of the way. Get it done.
I wasn't going to bring it up, but seeing as though you have, yes, I am on Football Manager. Woohoo! And not as a player, not as a player that I put in either.
It's not like me and Waggy have been texting each other for the last 24 hours going, this is so unfair. Why him? No, actually, we haven't. I'll send you a copy of my WhatsApps, Russ, which puts me a step up on the government. Satire. Political satire. I should have a little picture of Ian Hislop to pop up there. That'd be good.
Just
that
pops up on the thing there.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes. Tonight we're going to talk about the two players that have come in, Rico Richards, Reece Bennett. We're going to talk about Wrexham losing, Mansfield dropping points, losing as well, and all that good stuff. And I think what we'll have to do is have a chat about where we were on the 1st of January, compare after the Mansfield match, and how we're feeling now. Because we've only played once since then, and they've played about 15 times each, and we're still top.
I think we could just not play between now and the end of the season and still win the league.
Forest Green will finish second, won't they? Just behind us.
Yeah. What a turnaround.
Yeah. So we'll do that. We've got Getting Rezzers and we've got the quiz at the end, haven't we? Which we've not told Andy about, but he knows he's going to be doing the quiz.
He's
I mean, you two know about it every week and still do shit, so it might help for him to not to go into it blind. It's a good one this week as well. It's going to trip people up this week. It is.
Should me and Wacky leave and get 2 other people just from watching to do it?
Yeah,
Oh,
might as
God.
well. Might as well. Yeah, it's a very, very tricky. It's even trickier than normal this week, which makes me think because when we think it's quite straightforward, you make a mess of it. So I think, like with it being a tricky one, I think you'll just ace it.
Yeah, 11 out of 11. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, maybe 10 out of 11 because there's a very obscure one in there.
Well, it's Waggy this week, isn't it? It's Waggy and Andy. I sit out of this one. No?
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
If he's anywhere
if
from
it
me-
helps,
If
I
it
can
helps.
tell you what season it is now if you want. So you can rack your
Will it
brains for the rest of the pod. Well, it's 96, 97.
Oh,
that way.
well, I've surely got a good chance of that.
Go on then. You
We'll
can,
see.
you can still.
And Andy will as well. So anyway, we keep on saying this guy's name, Andy. Actually, our guest of the week this week. Guest of the week? I've just made that up. Fan guest.
I thought you were going to do a thing there where we just mention Andy for the whole hour and then never bring him out. And it's like
Get him out.
figment of your imagination. It's like a weird episode of Inside Number 9 or something.
So yeah, I mean, we'll just get him out because he's waiting in the wings. So we'll just get him out as soon as we can. As soon as I'm going to get the transition ready. Let's get Andy out. Fan guest of the week. Hello, Andy.
Hello.
Hey.
You all right?
Hello.
Back out of the cupboard.
Yeah, back out of the green room. Yeah, we've got we'll start off with I got a message off your brother saying I believe Andy's on tomorrow night. I said yes, he is. Yeah, he went. You'll have fun with him. It's like, all right, okay. Is there something not telling us?
I just take the piss out of everyone and love banter, and yeah, and it's very polite of you to call me a fan. Actually, stalker would have been probably more appropriate.
Finally. Oh, it's you! It's you keep messing with my bins.
It's much harder to follow your whereabouts for us since they cut the tree down outside your house.
So, tell us a bit about yourself. What's your name? Where'd you come from? How did you get into county first? That was probably the best thing to start with.
You're not going to like this, but I was a United fan until the age of 12. My
I was
brothers.
going to say, I know two of your brothers, and they're both United fans. So yeah,
You know
I
two
wondered
of
if
my
this is
brothers?
ever good out. Yes, I know Dave and Chris.
Do you?
Yeah, I used
No
to
way.
work with them both at Morrison's. Yeah, back in the day. Yeah.
You worked with everybody at Morrison's. Did everybody work at Morrison's
did.
apart from me and Waggy?
No, I-
Cy Lomas right now. He's like, yes.
I even did a stint at Morrison's at the fish counter and then got sacked by, is it Steve Bellis?
No, he's
Because
county.
I rang in, not Steve Bellis, Steve Bissell.
Oh yes, Steve Cassell, yeah.
And I rang in sick for the England versus Denmark game in the Euros or the World Cup.
Oh, yeah,
whichever
3-0.
it was. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
3-0.
the one.
Yeah.
I didn't know you knew my brothers. So, yeah. And I've got 5, so,
Bloody hell.
and 2 sisters.
I want to know one of them.
But yeah, I'm Andy from the Cheadle, obviously.
Yeah, as we can see. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were a United fan, and then what happened?
Yeah,
Did you?
Well, my brother, Chris, his godfather, used to take us to a few games, and then that kind of, fizzled out. And I just wanted to go and watch live football. And my mum's always been a Stockport fan. Went to a few games with her, and since then, been a county fan.
Nice.
But of all the years, Nick, to pick for the quiz, it's the year that I discovered alcohol.
Oh.
So
What's to tell you, mate? Sorry.
Thanks for that.
Getting into 8, I'm getting an idea of how old you are, because the year that he's picked, I was 15, turning 16. So alcohol wasn't a thing as much as then.
I was well into my alcohol career.
I was 9 turning 10, me. Little whippersnapper. I wasn't even pubic.
Little with
15.
glasses and a beard.
yeah, it was born like this. Yeah.
Hey, good stuff. So, yeah, what should we talk about? What should we talk? I tell you what, let's talk about since the 2nd or the 1st of January evening when we got beat by Mansfield, how were we feeling then, or how were you lads feeling then, compared to how you're feeling now and what's happened in between?
I'm fine. I'm fine for both. I'm the same because I've been convinced since like October we're going to win it anyway. So, and every time I'm convinced we're going to win the league, we win the league. So, make of that what you will. I'll shoot off now.
I was pissed off, like utterly annoyed. More just because we don't normally play that bad.
Mm.
And you do the New Year's game, or the Christmas Boxing Day, the game in between, and Bradford wasn't brilliant either. And then you build yourself up for New Year's Day in the game, and you get there, and it's just like, what was that? Just no.
Yeah, you expect the fans to turn up still pissed on New Year's Day, don't you? But you don't expect the players to play like they're still pissed.
It's just atrocious. It really was.
Do you think there's been at the time, because it's different now, but do you think there was an overreaction at the time? Or justified?
We come out with it every week, though, don't we? These people, as you say, bedwetters and everything like that, that any excuse, they want to just moan and say that's it. After the Mansfield game, you'd think half of them, we were fighting for relegation, fighting against relegation, the way that some of them come out with it. So, I mean, for me, yeah, I was annoyed after the Mansfield game, but it's not, I still feel as confident now as I did back then. As I say, I think we're easy top 3. I can't see why we won't finish top 3. We've still got enough about us, and realistically, we've got a bit of an easier running, apart from obviously the rearranged fixture for Notts County. But again, that's late April. It's either going to be won by then, or we'll have exactly the full squad back, won't we? We should.
Louis back.
Yeah, exactly. So there's
It'll be won by then. It'll definitely be won by then. After a game, I'm probably the most negative, but within about 10 minutes later, I'm like, woo, I have so many arguments within the first 10 minutes after a game. But then 10 minutes later, I'm like, actually, I've had time to think about it. Let's just restock. We're still going to win the league. And I believe that. We were talking about it in the courtyard the other day, weren't we? Yeah. Top 3. We just have to stay top as long as possible. Because the second we drop down to second, I think that'll be a big blow. And mentally as well. It would just, so just stay top as long as we can. I don't care. I had a conversation today about, love to go to Wrexham and get a point. Great if we're already up. I'd love that. But I don't want to go to Wrexham needing to go up automatically for a point.
What if we have to go to Wrexham and we're both already up and no one needs anything? That'll make me sick. I don't know what would make me more sick. Having to go to Wrexham and get something, or go into Wrexham and all like the mutual wanking off that'll happen if we're both already up. I don't know what's going to knock me more sick, really.
Is there a third option?
There's always a third option. Yeah. What's the third option? Nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
£3 worth of damage.
No, but if we go to Wrexham though, and it's already done and dusted, I want us to be above them, because I cannot be with their hypocrisy. And we saw it on Saturday against Newport. There was a big helping of hypocrisy again from the Wrexham lot, which did my head in a bit.
Did you see the tweet, or X, whatever you call it, from the Wrexham fan saying, yeah, but, 2 points behind with a game in hand. No, you've just lost your game in hand. Yeah.
In fantastic fashion as well. I very much enjoyed that game on Saturday. I thought it was a good game for the neutral. It was a good advert for the Sky Bet. And I thought Newport were the better team even before the red card. I thought Newport looked well up for it.
I didn't watch it or see anything about it.
Well, no, you've got people who love you. You've got other things to do with your Saturday, haven't you?
Oh, you see, going off Twitter though, like some of the Wrexham fans, it was as if that the only reason why they won was because they went out of 10 men. They were battering them and they were all over them and this, that, and the other. And if you was to believe all them, but as I say,
I didn't watch the game, but I think they were nearly 1-0 down after like 2 minutes. So it's just Wrexham fans, isn't it? Just cause.
While we're here, I can talk about what the hypocrisy was. So, account that we know, a friend of ours, tweeted that, or X'd whatever, he posted that the Newport player, instead of going over to their own fans, went over to the Wrexham fans and shushed them, and they were livid about that apparently. And I'm just like, how can you? It wasn't 5 minutes ago that Paul Mullin was doing it to us. You know,
Paul
I
Mullin
love
does
that
it.
me though.
I do. It's great.
Yeah.
What did they go over to? Yeah, I love it. I love the fact that Paul Mullin did it to us. I love the fact that that Newport player did it to them. It's the hypocrisy of the Wrexham fans bemoaning it. Oh, you've got your own fans to do it too. Why are you doing it to us? It's like, yeah, but your players do it. It's a good part of the game. Come on, just accept it.
Of course it is. As you say, if it's you doing that, I mean, to say if the last game of the season we've got something riding.
Spit it out, Waggy. Spit it out.
If we're at the end of the last game of the season against Wrexham and we've got something on it, and Sarr scores or Wotton scores, that's the first thing they're going to do. They're going to go to their end and tell them to shut up, aren't they? They're just going to give it to them.
Yeah,
Annie Lloyd did it every week when he played for us.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, and we loved it. So yeah, I'm all for that. You can't give it the whole football's all about the fans thing, and then complain when players give it out to said fans. That's what it's about. A bit of theatre. Do you think the Roman gladiators didn't give it out to all the Romans watching before they got chewed up by a lion?
See, I like all that because I've always been, and so is RJ as well, all about the atmosphere. And it's moments like that that spark a reaction from us as fans, and then that brings up the atmosphere. Because I'm a big believer that, you know, the 12th man and everything like that. And I go home after every game with zero voice just because I'm loud. But it's sparks like that, you know, shushing and whatever, that, you know, that generate atmosphere. So yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Sorry to bore you with that.
No, yeah, that's not boring. But I also like it when you see it from afar and it looks like an old computer game, like NPCs, non-playing characters, just going like that. It's just all doing the same reactions.
If you're reading the audio podcast, then it's well worth watching the video just for Russ's little mime. Then
yes,
that's an interesting one. Interesting choice of mime.
So yeah. Anyway, enough about Wrexham, I guess. But in fact, no, just one more thing. John Bildersbury's picked up on it as well. Don't forget that there's a plan for Wrexham and Mansfield to unite against us.
What that was ridiculous, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This is one of the accounts that we said about last week that should get in the reses that I put forward. It just seems it's a Mansfield account, isn't it? That looks as if it's just been created just to be shit.
Yeah. Apparently, as well, they tweeted that they get paid to do that, whatever it is they do.
That's madness.
Yeah. I don't believe that for a second, but, you know.
Who's paying him? The Wrexham fans?
I have no idea.
Why is Isaiah Kite living on a park bench then? Why is he not getting paid for his insight every 6 months?
It's not what you know, it's who you know. Innit? Get in touch with them. See what they can do for you.
Oh yeah. Imagine the things they'll make me do for them, won't they? I'll do it. I'll do it. It's fine. Won't be
You're going to say nothing you've not done for free, Nick.
Yeah.
So yeah, are we feeling better now? Obviously, they've not caught up. The results, I think every result has gone our way pretty much, hasn't it? I can't think of a result that hasn't gone our way.
There's still postponements to come though, but not so much. I don't want to fall into the cliche of saying, there's still twists and turns to come. I mean, there will be, but not to the extent of teams going above us. I don't think. I think this is our spot now until the end of the season.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I still think there's some twists and turns.
I think we may drop a place or two but if we drop down to third, I think there'll be a big enough gap by that point.
Yeah,
and I think we'll have a bit, especially when Barry comes back as well, because apparently this new lad as well from Villa, they've played together, haven't they? Barry at West Brom as well. So if we've got those two kind of players, plus what we've already got as well, and Alafe is a lot better player when Barry's in the squad. So I think we might have a bit of a wobble, but I do believe that we'll finish top spot.
Done.
I think a lot of the top 7 have all got to play each other who still haven't they? Again, I think we got a better running now. I think apart from the Notts game being cancelled and rearranged, or we got Crew in 2 weeks' time. After that, isn't it a better running or an easier on paper?
We've got the better running out of everyone, I think. Yeah, on paper. Yeah.
So you'd expect those teams are still going to take points off each other. So
sometimes Barrow have got each other last day as well. Without
sounding negative, sometimes it's better to play the teams around you than the ones that are fighting for survival. Like look at Sutton, they've suddenly found a bit of form, haven't they? Forest Green as well, towards the end of the season they are going to be hopefully not finding more form. So that's negative.
Salford away worries me slightly. Of all the games, Salford away is the one I look at because Robinson. I honestly think Robinson will have even though he decided he had to come out and say they need more fans.
Yes,
enjoy that.
Yeah,
big fan of that. Nice one, mate. But I genuinely think they'll stay up this season because there's at least 2 teams far worse than them. But I think he'll have them top end again next season, and that's the one game that really concerns me this season because they'll be well up for that.
When's Salford?
Is it March? March, I think.
It'll be near done by then.
But we'll have a cushion by then anyway, so it'll be fine. Well, you'll bloody need one because there's barely any seats in there, so you have to have a cushion. Hey, I mean that, boys. It's not all top tier comedy.
Yeah, I think I've looked at the home and away sort of table, and we will drag it out online at some point. But haven't we got to play a lot of the bottom teams in the bottom half away from home?
Yeah, away from home. Yeah,
which I mean doesn't matter because
Colchester coming up.
Yeah, Colchester might be hard because they've got Cowley brothers, haven't they now? They're no mugs. That's my only worry with this is that managers come and go, and you might get we always seem to play teams when they're in form, like Walsall. I know we came through that, and other teams that we played this season in form, or they get in that new manager bounce. I was kind of pleased that the Notts County match got rearranged because I thought they're just going to with that just straight away new manager bounce. They might do something against us.
That's exactly what we were saying on the pod last week as well. That's exactly what I said when we had George. We had on, wasn't it?
Yes.
And he said he weren't sure if there'd be an appointment ahead of the weekend, and then as soon as there was, I thought, oh.
Yeah. Well, the appointment happened as I was just about to go live with George on his show, and he said, "Do you mind?" And I was like, "No, I get it." So I just did one basically, and they spoke about the new manager. So yeah.
Very good appointment that for them as well. It's a
very astute,
interesting one. Yeah. He had to quit his job at BT to.
Is that right?
Yeah, he did. I heard. I can't remember. I think it was on a podcast or on the radio or something. And then an interview with the manager. He's like, "Oh, obviously the boss has been very good to me. He recognises this is a big opportunity for me, and I want to take the next step." I thought he was talking about the chairman at Wealdstone. He wasn't. He was talking about his boss at BT. Right. Yes, this is what I love. That's football. Come on, more of that, please.
What do you think, Andy? Do you help or hindrance having the game on Saturday postponed?
Definitely help. I'm one of these where I'm devastated when the game's called off. But I was texting mates earlier in the week saying this won't be a bad thing at all. Just gives us that extra week before we play get bodies back. In likely, we're only probably going to get 2 more back between now and Doncaster, which is Macca and Hippo. Yeah.
Torre back from the AFCON.
He gets
can
back on
stay.
Friday, apparently.
Right.
He can stay.
But he's a body, isn't he? He's a body. But I don't think he'll get back in front of Bristow.
He started out brilliant, and I was like, "Wow, what a signing!" And then all of a sudden, it's just like, "Wow." I'm not his biggest fan, but you know, I'm also glad that it was called off because now I can go to the replay.
Yes.
Well, I need a ticket, obviously, but
there'll be plenty of tickets for that Tuesday night.
Yeah,
plenty.
It's easier to get one now as well. A lot of people have to drop out and stuff. Yeah, have no problem.
hopefully Torre will drop out. I can have his ticket.
You've put me off now. What I was going to say. That's it. So Macca and Hippo, are they back on the grass or
stop it? Don't. Back on the grass and back in the building. Well, it's one or the other. Which one is it?
No, he did say. Yeah, he did say that Hippo was definitely going. They were both probably going to be involved in the squad on Saturday. That's what he said in some way, shape, or form. So that sounded like they were ready to be at least on the bench to come off in the second half or whatever. So another week of them on the grass, we should be all right. They should be in the. They should be there.
I'm gonna start subscribing to an audio description of this podcast. Like you get on telly.
Oh yeah. Well, the little person. Oh, that's sign language, isn't it?
That's sign language.
Yeah.
That's a visual description. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just then when it's like a voice comes in from the side and goes, Nick rolls his eyes again.
Thing is, I've already put it in the reses as well, so I can't even put it in again.
What, your eye rolling?
I've already...
You put your own eye rolling in the reses?
No, that's next week. I've put I've put back on the grass and back in the building. Stop it! Everyone, stop saying stupid things.
We're only quoting Charlie.
Yeah, well, he can stop it and all. He knows what he's doing. I'm convinced that everything he does, he's just trying to wind me up. The whole Kyle Noyle squad number thing, the whole Kyle Noyle debacle. Oh, I'll give him a proper right back number, but I'll stick him at left back. Vile.
What do you mean, like that book he carries around? It's all just a list of what he can annoy Nick with. And when someone hands him a piece of paper before the start of the game, it's where your seat number is.
The book is full of notes from the WhatsApp group that he's in with every woman who's ever fallen in love with me. They're all in a WhatsApp group and they're all slagging me off, and he's in there and he's just getting all those little pressure points. He's like, "Oh, tell him Arctic Monkeys are shit," stuff like that.
They are.
It's all to wind me up. World's gone mad. World has gone mad.
So we're expecting Macca and Hippo back this week. Elodis said, and Sars back the week after. Is that right? The week after?
Yeah, start of February was what was slated for him. Yeah,
brilliant.
Collar's back on in training as well.
He's back. But is he in the gym or is he on the grass, Nick?
There was a green background on the picture. He was on the training pitch running around.
Did they not have one of those like outdoor gyms you see in parks, just so they're a little bit involved?
Yeah, with all graffiti and hypodermic needles everywhere.
running around the outside and just stopping for chin-ups. Carry on.
Oh God! Should we do a bit of admin, Ross?
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention we are our charity partner, Mentel. We are.
Did you notice I've put it in the episode description as well? No. I've put a link to Mentel in the episode description.
Oh, have you? Okay, great stuff. Yeah,
on the pod last week. Yeah, always thinking, mate. Always thinking.
Good stuff. I have got a couple of county fans who are involved with Mentel lined up, so those will be happening in due course, and we'll get those done. That'll be good. So yeah,
I actually signed up to that 2 weeks ago.
Nice one.
Just because I've had countless therapy for high-level OCD and anxiety, And without going into too much detail, I got diagnosed roughly about 8 years ago. But about 5 years prior to that, I was struggling a lot. And speaking up and reaching out for help was the best thing that I ever did. So, yeah,
Brilliant.
that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah,
It's
good
weird.
stuff.
It's weird because you for some reason you think bottling it up will help, but it just does the complete opposite. So, yeah.
And you don't realize it until you've actually spoken out and spoken to
Oh,
somebody.
what a weight off.
Wow.
Yeah.
It makes such a difference.
Because one of my biggest things is I didn't want people to treat me differently for what I told them, for what I go through and what have you. And I've told all my mates, and they're brilliant, and nobody treats me differently. They still take the piss out of me. Still, but that's what I wanted. They're aware of what I'm going through, but they don't use that as a tiptoe around me sort of thing, which I would never want. So yeah, speak up, chaps.
Yeah,
crucially, it puts my issues with phrases like "back on the grass" and "back in the building" into some real perspective.
Why?
Because it's not a big problem in the grand scheme of things, is it? Really, people have actual problems and shit like that. if like me and my mates in the group chat, we'll check in on each other every now and again. I'll be like, "Oh, how's everyone doing?" and all that. And if I popped up and said, "Well, Russ said back on the grass on Wednesday night," he'd be like, "Nick, shut up. Think good for yourself." as they should. So.
No, good stuff. No, cheers for telling us that, mate. Really appreciate that. So that's Mentel, charity partner for 2024. Good stuff. What other admin have we got, Nick?
Jonathan and George Hatter is back. 2 away day shows in a row. After nonsense Morecambe away, there was one even despite the postponement on Saturday, and there's another one this Saturday from 9:30 in the AM. You can find it on our Twitter or find Geordie Hatter via our Twitter, and it's on the Mixler app.
Excellent stuff. Any guests lined up for that? Do we know?
I don't know who's on this Saturday. I know Dave Schofield, friend of the
Yes, he
show,
was.
was on
Yes.
was on last Saturday. I've not checked with Jonathan on who he's got this week.
Okay, so look out for that. The other bit of admin we've got is we have a new design on our Etsy store, Rydell High. So have a look at that in different variations, t-shirts and hoodies.
Whoever came up with that must be a really cool guy.
Plus everything else we've got as well. So have a look at that. Do join our Patreon as well. £3 a month plus VAT. But also, thanks to a discussion with Andy, who said, "Can you not pay yearly?" And I was like, "I don't think you can." Went back and checked the next day, and yeah, you can. So I've enabled that now. So if you pay yearly, you get a 16% discount because that was the most I could put it up to. So you do get a 16%.
Yeah, you say that. I asked the question, and then went and did it monthly, didn't I?
Yeah, I mean, you can cancel that though and just do it yearly if you want. I mean, it's up to you.
There's too much messing about that. You know what I mean? If they take
different subscriptions for different needs.
If it's more than 3 lines of reading, then I'm not getting involved with anything.
And next week, Russell, we will be live on Thursday night, will we not?
Yes, we will. Yes, and
it's deadline day.
No, I won't be on. I'll be traveling to France to throw myself off mountains.
Yeah. Oh yes, of course. Yes. So we'll be.
It's not been that bad a window, Waggy. Oh. Talking of the window, next week we'll also see the return of our man on the grass, Isaiah Kite.
Is he not here today?
I thought he was here today.
Is he not on the training ground?
It's funny you should say that, Russ.
In the building or on the grass?
No, just on the grass. Just on the grass. They won't let him in the building. Specifically, he's not allowed. It's one of the list of 15 public places that he's not allowed into by law. So should we see what he's been up to?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's do it.
Hello, Russ. Hello, Waggy. Hello, the other one. Isaiah Kite, a man on the grass at Edgeley Park. Except, as you can see, I'm not at Edgeley Park, as I've been given the responsibility of being in charge of the transfer nerve centre. Don't think that light should be on. Or that one. Don't think any of them should be on. No one's told me anything. Anyway, I'm back by overwhelming public demand 6 months later. That's how overwhelming it is. Now, we've had correspondence from the readers. Don't know why. Didn't ask them to. When I agreed to do this, it was on the understanding that people wouldn't try and talk to me. But that's the price of a very low level of fame, I guess. No, all it is people have got in touch. Obviously, there's all the usual stuff like, yes, Isaiah, you should be doing the show every week instead of that bunch of Herberts. And I'd ride it till you've got no beard left, that sort of thing. But we'll dig deep beyond the mentally ill and the permanently bewildered. And I think below that, there's some searching questions that I think we'd all like the answer to. So that's what I'll be doing next week from 8, next Thursday. So leave me alone now. Is that light meant to be on? There we go. The return of everyone's favourite man on the grass / transfer correspondent.
That was a good insight.
It was good insight.
It looked like
A good insight.
Big giant vending machines behind you.
What do you mean me? It's not me.
Oh no, not you.
Have we not made this clear? He's got a hat on. I've not.
Exactly. Yeah. It's completely different.
Yeah.
Like Clark Kent with the glasses. How do you not notice?
Yeah, Isaiah Kite also does weird things with his underpants, but not in the way you'd imagine.
That's off for another show, though.
Yeah, that's the subscriber content sorted.
Is that Patreon material?
Yeah. Shall we? Well, now we've listened to Isaiah Kite. Shall we talk about the players that have come in then? So Rico Richards and Reece Bennett. Probably worth having a chat about those. Rico Richards. Mark Brockbank sent me some pictures which I shared with you lads. But he was in the same under-17s team as Louis Barry, England under-17s team as Louis Barry and Jude Bellingham, and some other names that you are Premier League household names, regular starters. So from good stock, isn't he?
Good pedigree.
Yeah, and it's good again that he's coming from Villa, isn't it? It looked like we've sort of, a lot of people have mentioned, we seem to have a very good relationship with Villa now, that they're trusting to send their up and coming stars to us. But yeah, he's played with Barry. I think somebody said it in the comments. He was at West Brom with him, but they were saying he's been playing with Barry since he was 9 years old.
Yeah, someone did say that. Yeah.
So
I think we've always had quite a good relationship with Villa, because remember we signed Jamie Ward? He was from Villa. We loaned him initially for 3 months. And he lived next door to me, because Rick Landon used to live next door to me. So a couple of the loan players used to, come and stay with him, sort of thing.
Nice.
So what a life for the loan players, eh? Getting in with Landon.
Well, and then Landon moved out, and that was it. Didn't get to see all those loan players anymore.
Oh. Did you pester them? Did
liked
you stalk
him
them?
ever since?
No, I stalked Richard Landon for about 3 months after that.
Have you washed the kit, Richard?
But it's interesting the amount of players we have had on loan. I don't know if it's more than any others. I don't know if anyone's done that analysis, but we've had loads on loan from Villa when you think about it, haven't we? Going back years.
So Reiki, Barry, Richards, Ward, and I'm trying to think who else has been.
Danny
There's
Jackman.
been more, haven't there?
No,
Danny Jackman was on loan from Villa, was he not? Gordon Cowans, was he not on loan from Villa?
Cowans was, yes.
Which is the player we got from Wednesday or Sheffield United? Was that Geary?
Derek Geary. Yeah.
I did not realise Jackman was on loan from Villa. I thought we just signed him permanently, but we had him on loan and then signed him permanently. Yeah. So I learned something today.
I'm sure there's been more as well. I mean, do comment if you know some more. When I put it on X, there was quite a few, and I was like, wow, yeah, I remember him now, but I didn't realise he was from Villa at the time. Yeah. But I guess those relationships come and go, don't they? Depending on who's in charge. of either management or upstairs. Bo's Mile.
Oh, God.
Thanks for reminding us of.
Look, we've had some good keepers, haven't we, in the
Mile.
past, but we've had some rubbish ones as well.
Yeah.
I think he's good. He looks a decent player, doesn't he? I seen there was somebody put highlights reel on, didn't he, of his some of his goals and getting forward and pressing and stuff. So I think he'd be decent without Barry because he seems a similar player to Barry. He's get the ball and run at people and stuff. So that's what we've been missing.
We are just missing that. Sorry to cut you short there, Waggy. We are just missing that cutting edge to run with the ball a little bit, aren't we?
Yes, and I think that's what Charlie said he brings, doesn't it? Didn't he? Or it was certainly was it Wilson in the article? He's got the ability to run with the ball, which we haven't really got at the moment.
We've got Lemonheigh Evans, but if he's going to go back to being on a bench warmer again, now we've got this player, and we do, we'll play them both. He should play Lemonheigh Evans.
Yeah, he caused loads of trouble, didn't he? Yeah, against Walsall.
Yeah, well, this is.
I think it's his spot to lose now, isn't it? After that,
I think so. While he's still here.
Yeah.
Depends how. I think it depends how quickly the players come back. Depends if he goes back to Wimbledon or not. I think if he goes back to Wimbledon, I think he goes back permanently.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I still think he will, to be honest. I mean, Charlie's mentioned, I think it was in his post-match after the Walsall game, he said that Lemonheigh Evans is a player who needs to be starting week in, week out. He's that sort of player. So to have him on the bench for the rest of the season, I think it'd be unfair. I mean, we've spoken about it already, but it'd be a bit unfair on him. He's already been shunted this way and that. And I think,
especially after last time, he went out to, was it Notts?
Yeah,
he went to Notts, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we did, didn't he? Yeah.
Played well in his first game back, and then he was on the bench and then off to Wimbledon the season after. It's like, to do that again, that'd just be like, to bring him back when he's playing regularly as well, and playing well as well.
Yeah.
He played in the playoff final last year. Lemonheigh Evans did. Completely forgotten. Until I saw a picture of him the other day with the embroidery, the playoff final embroidery on his shirt. I was like, wow. I don't remember most of that day, to be honest. But I definitely don't remember that.
Did he start then? Did he start that match?
I think he did.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's one for quiz, isn't it?
He did. Well, not now. It's not because you've said it.
Can you change the year to last year? Actually, no. But I probably remember more from whatever year you said it was than it was last year.
What I'm saying is, in 10 years' time, when we're about to celebrate 20 years of the podcast, we can come back and say 22, 23.
Yeah.
You still won't know, Waggy? No?
I'll still be shit. Shit.
Evans, actually, he came on for Sars in the 114th minute.
Oh, there you go. Okay, right.
Oh, so you'd get another go.
He scored his penalty in the shootout as well. You would get another go, correct? Yeah.
That's about the only thing I do remember, the rules.
But yeah, back to Rico Richards. He does look exciting. His record so far. I think has he played 3 in the in Premier League 2? No, played 8 in Premier League 2, scored 3, and played 3 in the EFL Trophy and scored 1. I think. Yeah.
This is his first loan away from the club, isn't it? The same as the Bennett, the United lad. This is again, we've seen the likes of like Pond and Cottrell and stuff, and is he going to be similar? Not quite ready for the men's game, but I suppose if he's played in the Bristol Street Motors, then that's basically first team football, isn't it? Going against the
Congratulations, Waggy. You're the first person to ever refer to it as the Bristol Street Motors. There, first person ever. I'm probably last. To be honest, I don't even know what changed again next year.
It probably will change, won't it?
With regards to Bennett, a couple of my mates who are United fans have said that he's been on the bench a few times in the Premier League. So he's got to have something about him. They're not just going to put anyone on there, are they?
Well, it's
Well,
United.
I don't know. Apparently, he was all set to play in that game against Liverpool a couple of months ago, but got injured, and they gave a debut to another centre-back. I can't remember his name, another academy centre-back. I did enjoy, a friend of the show, Ben Walker, was on 5 Live. He's not that advanced yet. He was on Radio Manchester the other night talking about the transfer window and stuff, and they brought on some proper nerd for the United youth team, and he was giving it the big and saying, "Oh yeah, he'll walk straight into Stockport's team." Where have we heard that before? Yeah, we had that. We had that with
Will Fish.
Who was it we signed on loan? When it was Will Fish, we had it with Joel Cotterill when he signed at the end of August. His uncle was on the message boards saying, "Oh, he's going to go down as one of the best players to ever play for you. He's too good for that level." He was a proper dick, like a proper dismissive bell end. And we also had it from the Brighton journalists when Simon Rusk was appointed manager. So good track record there.
What do you make of this comment from the aforementioned Dave Schofield? No doubt Bennett is a good prospect, but are we well stocked with right-footed centre-backs? Do we think this means we have given up on a left centre-back?
I think it'll be Torre back there until Pye is back from injury. I think
I'd rather play Powell at left back than Torre.
Well, it'd be Bristow.
He wasn't playing left back. He was playing left centre back.
If you haven't gathered, I'm not his biggest fan.
No, you don't say.
We've not noticed so far. You've just dropped that.
I'm sorry. It always seems to be a left back as well. I remember for years I had a massive thing against. Was it Robertson?
Robinson.
Mark Robinson. Yeah.
Who's been on this show?
Has he?
Mark Robertson has, but not Mark.
Mark Robertson was on the show. Sorry, yeah.
The guy we got from Torquay. Or he went to
that was Mark Robinson. Yeah. I'm sure the left sweet left peg though. Yeah. But interestingly, just to close the loop, Mark Robertson's son was on the same picture, the England under-17s picture as Barry and Rico Richards.
Yes, and now plays for Australia.
He does. Yeah. I don't know who he plays for domestically. Who does he play for domestically?
Plays for City, but he's just been out on loan somewhere, and I think his loan's finished. It might have been Portsmouth, possibly. Okay. But he's had a loan this season that ended in January. Yeah.
Okay.
But he's part of the City Academy and all that.
Cool. So what do we think?
For us, you never know.
Yeah. Well,
once we get into League One, we can start using the City connection because they tend to loan players to League One and above.
Yes, I think that's coming. What do we think then? Just finally on the football before we go into reses and quiz, are we going to go with a back three, a back four on Saturday? What we're thinking? Or does the personnel dictate the shape?
I'd say back four.
We've looked a lot better with the back four, but as you say, I think we've got the right players to play a back four, and that opens up the players in front of them to give us more attacking edge. But as you say, I think Charlie has alluded to going to a back three, so that's depends. Yeah, have we got the personnel for the back three? Have we got the correct personnel for the back?
It depends if Mac is back. Depends if Mac is back, I think.
Yeah.
If Mac is back and he plays him, I don't think it's whether he want to start him.
But why does it depend if Mac is back? What would the back three be then if that's the case?
Burn.
Well, we don't have a right wing back without Macca, do we? If we're playing back three.
No, but Lemon Hay Evans out of possession sort of filled that gap against Walsall at home.
Yeah, that's what I think. But it's not ideal. But that's the way I think we'll go if we do go back three. I think we will go back three with Macca starting on Saturday. That's what I think we'll.
And Burn, Horsefall,
right, yeah.
Akil right, yeah. Burn on the left.
I would rather have a left footer in the left centre back thing, but
with the right squad number,
we can't. Yeah. They're
like rocking our shit, aren't they? Hey.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. It's very hard to recruit. We've kind of looked out and managed to develop one over the last couple of years,
which is brilliant.
And then he goes and gets injured.
Yeah. Got a message here, Andy. Jim Halbert. Do you know Jim Halbert?
Yeah, he's from the office.
This is bad now because if we know each other well, and I don't know his name.
No, is this not? Is this, as you say? Is this not this?
No, I don't know him.
From the office, the American Office.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Right.
Jim Halpert's in America. Bloody hell, Russ, get some culture. God.
It's one of these. It's
What,
one of
the
these
American Office? Oh,
Yeah, the American Office is fantastic. You don't like the British one, do you?
I love the British one. That's why I don't want to watch the American one.
It's very good. It is really, really very good. Don't compare it to the British one. It's just the only thing they've got in common is that they're set in the office. It's a different type of comedy, but it's very good. The American Office. I think most
they all
people
got
would
like
agree with
similar
me.
characters, though.
It's just the same about America.
Yeah,
But because there's like hundreds of episodes of it, they have to go down a different way with it, and it's very good. It's very, very funny. Very funny.
okay.
Well, thanks, Jim, for your kind words. I'll see you in there with my speedos.
Oh,
So we're thinking basically we've said it's going to be a back three or a back four. So that's why people come to watch this show for the
that's
insight.
all of the options.
decisive.
It'll be one of the formations.
Yeah.
Isaac, I had more intel.
See what he's got next week.
Right. Should we move on to get into reses?
Let's do it.
Rezzers. Get in the rezzers. Get in the rezzers.
I'm not having that.
Get in the rezzers.
Oh, getting rezzers.
Who wants to go first?
I've got 100, so I'll go first.
Go on then.
Right. The first one, which I'm not putting in there.
Oh, hang on a minute. Is this getting reses?
This is getting rezzers.
Yeah, but I've got so
This isn't
many.
sit down next to the rezzers and I'll have a think about it. This is getting rezzers.
Just do a bit of fishing, see what we can get out of the rezzers.
This isn't just I'll pop that there.
This one, I'm not putting in there. I would have put it in there, but can you put a person in there?
Yeah,
We've put many in there. Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Well, it
with
would be-
concrete like strapped to the feet.
Well, I'm not putting it in there because it would be one of the hosts on this show. So,
That'll be me, chaps.
and it would be Nick Lee on the comment he made about Formula One at the start of this season.
It's the Gimps. Stand by it. It's Robot Wars for billionaires.
So I'm not putting that one in anyway.
Okay.
But my first one I'm putting in is
Almost wasn't worth bringing up, was it? Really?
a little bit. So my first one I'm putting in there is the weather police. So it could have a downpour of 5 minutes, and the first person that says, "Is there a pitch inspection?" Because my brother's auntie's husband's sister's cousin lives in Bradford, and they
that's
said
mine,
it's been
gone.
raining. They said it's been raining non-stop for 2 hours, and then the chain reaction of pitch inspection, and it's just like it's just a negative thing, especially when you're traveling to an away game and you see someone put on there, or you're about to go to an away game. It just totally brings the mood down because you're straight away thinking, is it going to be on? Is it going to be off? So that's number one.
Okay. Yeah. We'll have that.
Yeah. Mine kind of links into that actually. It's good timing that, because the amount of people I saw on Saturday morning saying, "Oh no, the game will be on," because my nephew plays in the Nottingham under-8s kids league, and their game was on this morning. Oh yeah. It's almost like your nephew's playing on a pitch that doesn't have stands blocking the sun from defrosting it.
We need,
you know what I
we
mean?
need the audio description again.
What would the audio description be of that? Should we not say it?
I can't even bring myself to rant
Oh,
about
please
it.
say it. Someone say it.
What more needs to be said? It's just ridiculous. It's like,
Yeah.
and then the whole thing of people saying, "Oh well, the referee won't be there yet, so who's done the pitch inspection?" Like they just get someone in off the street to do it
with a
well,
key.
no, like the good old days. Yeah. Referee turning up on a Sunday morning, blowing the last bit of coke off his key, and then putting it in the ground, like the good old days.
With a brick. Oh, it doesn't bounce.
Yeah, very topical them two. I like them. Yeah. Okay. Waggy.
I don't
Brace
know. I
yourselves.
don't know if this one's been. I don't know if this one's been in or not before, but
I feel like I've brought that up now, and now you're self-conscious to thinking, is this 50th time this one's been entered?
no. Wearing gloves and short sleeves. Footballers with short sleeves on and gloves.
I don't think you have brought it up before, but it's definitely been mentioned before because we had Alex Reid playing for us, didn't we? So
Leave Ben Hinchliffe alone, Waggy. There's no need for it. That man is a saint.
Non-goalkeeping gloves. There we go. We can go away with that.
I was never a glove wearer as a child footballer. I was never. I was short sleeves in
I don't think
all.
you was allowed.
I'd turn up for training in the snow with like short sleeves and shorts on and all that. Yeah, I like all that, mate. You run about a bit. That'll get you. Sounds very Harry Redknapp now, doesn't it? Run about a bit. I'll warm you up.
I mean, I never wore gloves because it wasn't really a thing that you did, really, was it? And also base layers and undershorts and all these kind of things. We never had any of that. We never had any of that
in my day. In my day,
if you're going to be cold enough that you need gloves, then you want to put a base layer on. You just don't have a short sleeve and then fucking gloves on, unless you're Ben Hinchliffe.
Yeah.
Do you remember the good old days?
Thigh when you had the ball imprint on your leg for about 3 months afterwards.
Yeah,
I love that. Oh God, yeah. As I tell you, these kids nowadays, they don't know how much we suffer. I like goalkeepers in the good old days. They didn't need base layers because they had mustaches to keep them warm. That's my theory.
This is very true. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how it should be.
Good stuff. We've got to get in reses. Oh, we've got to get in reses from Rob McCloy as well.
Yes.
Actually, that I need to dig out in a second, but we've got one here. Put people who call clubs tin pot when games are called off when it's been -10 in reses.
Yeah. So that's what I was saying about Bradford the other week. It's in the valley. What do you expect?
Yeah. Oh, this one as well. Nick's got a second one as well. Put podcasters that are supposed to cover all of League Two but don't know the basic facts about League Two in reses. I don't know who he's referring to there.
I do. Someone's got a vendetta.
What is he? Is that an in joke? I don't know. Is that about us?
No.
Just
No,
blame me,
it's not us.
Just blame me. I'm on here for the first time, so my fault.
It could apply. It could apply to us, but it doesn't in this case.
Is it one of the many other like League Two podcasts that are out there?
Yeah, it's a very tiresome vendetta that I'm getting bored of seeing played out on Twitter.
Oh right, I've not seen. I must.
Oh, it's frightfully dull, Russell. You won't like it.
Right. Okay. Interesting.
One of the dullest things I've seen on the internet, and I've watched this podcast back.
My getting reses this week is it's not really happened at all recently, but it's happened across my life, and it's fans of other clubs and the media pushing player nicknames onto other fans of other clubs or just calling them out like that. So what I'm referring to specifically is God, as in who's referred to as God in this country, Robbie Fowler, and the King, which is Eric Cantona. Whereas he's not my king, he's not anybody's king, he's just the United fans' king. But they even say it on Sky Sports, "Oh, the King," don't they? Like that sort of thing. And United fans say it in conversations, like to me, they've done it in the past. Go, "Oh yeah, the King," and I'm like, "Who are you talking about? I'm not a United fan. Don't call him the King to me because he's not my king." So I hate that. So that can get in the rest.
This is delightfully specific, and I love it.
So
yeah, something that I'd never even considered, but now it's going to ruin my life when it does happen.
Yeah, but I quite like it because I don't have any inkling to any other player other than county players. So I actually know those two. So when they refer them to those people, I'm like, oh, I know that one. think are more like good because they know 2 players outside of Stockport County.
I think there are some that are justified, like De Kaiser. Is that Beckenbauer? Is it? I think
Beckenbauer, De Kaiser.
Yeah. I don't know many others that warrant it, to be honest. But yeah, that was mine. It's like we wouldn't you wouldn't say Big Kev you wouldn't like meet a Port Vale fan at work and go, oh yeah, Big Kev, because they'd go, what are you talking about? Wouldn't they? So just don't do it. Just be aware of your surroundings. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Anyway, that's my game reses.
Be aware of your surroundings. Russ is trying to enjoy his Madri here, all right.
Shall we do the quiz? Unless anybody's got... Oh, no, we need to do Rob McCloy's getting reses. I'm like, can anybody remember what it was? Just hold the line, please, caller.
I've got it here. It is... people who say players are shit because we maybe haven't seen the best of them yet. Can we all just get behind all of them, please? But then he's ended it with something that I'd put in the reses. People who say rant over. People who rant about something then go rant over. So it's just me and the kids now. Too many snakes, hun. I don't need anyone but me. Don't come between a wolf and a pat. Rant over. So he's definitely referring to Dave Philbin, I think, for starters. But Dave Philbin, the most positive county fan out there, he's definitely referring to him. And he is also, but he's ended it with rant over, so it doesn't count.
Okay, so
null and void. If you have to end a rant with rant over, does not count as a rant.
So if that doesn't count, can I add a second one then?
Yeah, go.
Yeah, go on. Yeah. Might as well. Treat yourself.
So people who tickets have been on sale for 5 weeks. I think this one may have been done. And then within 5 minutes of the announcement, it's sold out. You get an onslaught of, I need 3 tickets for this game. And you're like, what? What's changed in 10 minutes that you couldn't,
They were freely available.
That you weren't able to go 10 minutes ago, but now you need to take your whole family. It's just So that's my other one.
So you're using the Breaking Bad filter there, Russ?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this. I'm gonna.
You got the same webcam as me. Mine does it sometimes. I don't know why.
Shite. Yeah. So you can have that. Yeah.
Okay. Rant over.
Oh, and like that, I'm going to go and dredge it out of the reses.
I see you over there because apparently I'm in it as well. So
you can fish it out for us.
Right, should we end on the quiz?
We probably should, shouldn't we? Right, so it's Russ against Andy in the time-honoured quiz starting 11. I will give you a game featuring county from the past because Russ won't let me do ones from the future. And what I want you to do is take it in turns to name a player from the starting 11. Penalty shootout rules, sudden death. One gets one right, one gets one wrong. That's it. That's the game over. If you name a player who came off the bench in that game, then you get another go. If you name a player who was not in the starting 11, bang, done. So the game of choice is from the 4th of February, 1997. Nearly 27 years ago. It was Burnley away in the Auto Windscreen Shield, which resulted in a 1-0 win for County. I won't tell you who scored because that had kind of destroy the essence of the game. Can I have the dramatic quiz music, please? Right. Russ, you are up first.
Auto windscreens, shield. Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'll give you a clue. There are 11 players starting the game and 3 substitutes were used.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, needed that. We put the kids out for that game, did we? Did we put the kids out for that game?
That's
the question. Right, I'm going to start off with what I hope is a banker. I'm going to say Jim Gannon.
Jim Gannon, you say? 3 spells as a manager, 1 spell as a player. That spell as a player included him starting in the auto windscreen shield against Burnley in February '97. Jim Gannon is a big fat yes. Andy, your go, mate.
Sean Connolly.
Well, this is a first for the quiz. Sean Connolly came off the bench, so you get another go. Oh, what's the rule?
I think it's the wrong year, but Chris Marsden.
It's Marsden, you say? I'm just trying. It makes it. It looks like Davina McCall thing, but no, I was just looking through the list. Chris Marsden was not involved, I'm afraid. So that means Russ is the winner.
Yay!
Oh.
Hang on a minute. I'm not the winner though. Oh yeah, because
you got one right.
Yeah. Sorry.
So, do you want to have a stab at any others, Russ?
Well, I'm going to say, was Paul Jones in net?
He was not, no.
Oh, Neil Edwards.
It was Neil Edwards in goal. A back 4 of Lee Todd at right back, Jim Gannon, Matty Bound, and Damon Searle. The midfield 4 was Kieran Durkin, Tony Dinning, Kiko, and the scorer of the winning goal, Martin Nash.
Oh,
and the front. Do you want to guess who was in the front 2, Russ? Go on. Who was up top?
Andy Much.
Andy Much is one of them, correct?
And Alan Armstrong.
It was not Alan Armstrong. It is. I think we talked about it on when me, Ben, and Dave Espley did the alternative 96-97 podcast. We talked
Nelson
about
DaCosta.
play. It was not Nelson. Don't think he even played in that tournament. But one of the players that you don't realise actually played that season, AD Mike.
Oh God, right, yeah.
And the three subs were Sean Connolly, Tom Bennett, and Lee Jones. Lee Lea Jones.
Yeah.
Who I think was related to Dave, if I remember rightly.
Was he? Sub-keeper, wasn't he? Third keeper, was he?
No, he was a centre back. This one.
Oh, was he? We had a Lee Jones as a keeper, though, didn't we?
Lee Jones keeper. That was a couple of years later. Yeah.
That was after
Nash. One of the Paul Jones replacements. Yes, I think it will have been. Yeah, it was around that. It's certainly like late 90s. Yeah.
Cool. Good one. That
interesting one. Playing fast and loose with the word interesting there, but
well,
I'm a bit gutted really because I was going to say Tony Dinning, and I thought no. I think you threw me off a little bit, Russ, with the whole "did he play kids" tactic.
Well, yeah,
that's what he does to me.
Worth pointing out, we didn't really have any kids to play. So.
This is true. Right, that's a good place to wrap it up. Andy, cheers for coming on, mate. Really appreciate it.
Nice one, mate.
Yeah.
You're gonna be sorry you came on because we will get you back on. Don't worry about that.
That's a good thing, though.
Yeah.
Not for Jim, but you know.
Not for Jim. What?
Jim put me in the reses, didn't he?
Oh yeah, whoever Jim Halpert was. Yeah. Sorry, it's like well, who's Jim? Brilliant. Have you enjoyed yourself? That's the main thing.
Yes, very much so. Yeah.
Good. Excellent stuff. We'll be back next Thursday.
If we've enjoyed ourselves.
Well, I know you two do because you keep on coming back. So.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I go back to my proctologist, but I don't mean I enjoy it. No, I'm joking. I do enjoy it. I love it. just great to have that human contact.
And anyway, Russ, you might see me through your window in about 15 minutes anyway.
This is a bit dark. Only game Flynn didn't play because of the family murder. Okay, I don't know what that's all about. Anyway, let's move on from that. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for listening. If you're listening to us on the audio player, please do like and subscribe, rate and review on whatever podcast player you are listening to us on. And we are back. Don't forget next Thursday, not Wednesday, next Thursday, and we'll be doing Deadline Day. So,
Yeah. Dildos at the ready.
your usual 8 till 9 o'clock. So, cheers, everybody, and we will see you next time.
Cheers, guys. Thanks very much. See you later. Bye.
This episode of the Scarf Bagara War was written, recorded, and produced by Russ Johnson and Nick Lee. The music on the opening titles was produced by Dan Johnson. Subscribe wherever you get your content, as well as finding out how to join the TSBW fan club. Check out the links in the description or go to allthews scarfbagarawar.co.uk.